We got stuff to talk about. We
Oh, indeed.
are live. Oh my God, the bird and the villain dropped by to say hello. Oh my
Hey,
goodness, guys, we missed you.
yes, indeed.
Bobby, Anna, thank you for being in the room. I appreciate y'all. We are here to talk about beach fucking break. But before we get started, let me introduce my guest, which, if you guys are my regulars, you know who he is. But it's the one and the only Sunny Midnight. Sunny,
Mm,
tell people how you
yeah,
feeling.
yeah. Hey, I'm feeling stressed, but all of this running around to try to get here, we got here on time. Almost was about to be CP time, but we got
I,
here.
know. I was
We got
texting
here.
him like, Sonny, I haven't heard from you all day. Like, I just want to make sure you still doing it. Because I was about to call Tony, like, we need you to jump in immediately.
You're gonna need a replacement, need a backup.
I need a backup immediately. But no, you
Oh
made
man.
it. And I appreciate you. People, all the links are in the description. Okay. It is, I'm gonna let him say it because I always get the tag wrong, but it is in the description correctly because I copy paste. So tell people where they can the tag that you have that is universal across all social media platforms and everything, no matter
Oh
where you
yes,
go.
indeed. Indeed. It's Midnight EXP 17 Universal Instagram, uh Twitter, SoundCloud. If you drop it in, you're gonna find me face cheesing. Hey.
Hey, no, neck bone
hmm
tone says you're in your vacation spot.
Indeed, indeed. And I gotta travel all around the world and never move a spot.
That is the COVID way. Hey, Courtney.
This is literally COVID vacation right now.
This is the COVID way. Yeah, no, in life, for some people, it continues to go on like normal. People traveling, people doing what they want. They don't matter. But for others, a little more precaution, a little more worry, a little more fear. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle because I've been to three wrestling shows since the pandemic. Some people have been to every wrestling show since the pandemic. So
Yeah, see, I'm one of those people that like I want to go, but because I'm not willing to get that, I'm not gonna go in the mix with all them people, especially when I see too many no masks running
yes,
about, and so it's
yes.
like,
Mask up, mask up.
whatever you choose on whatever side you choose to go to, whether you want to get vaccinated or not, mask up. And
Mask
that's the
up.
problem that a lot of people don't want to do, and that's how it
Yeah.
really gets spread
Spread
around.
out. Yeah. Because it's by the droplets of your spit and just
hmm
talking. Just talking, you spit. So it's,
You spitting right now. See, like
I'm spitting right
all
now.
them S's you saying. You just spitting a bunch of
I just,
COVID in there.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's how it spreads. That is how it spreads. But
hmm
anyway,
hmm
if y'all in that room, I hope y'all hit that like. I hope you drop me some content. Drop me something so I can,
Hey,
you know. Yep.
content.
We putting you in the hot seat at the end of this show with
Oh man, I'm always
the quick
cool, man.
fast 10. Yeah, we'll see.
We 70 degrees over here. Let's go.
We 70 degrees. We got some things to talk about. We're talking about contracts expiring. We're talking about some things that went down on beach break. And
hmm
a question of the night has to do with the contracts expiring. Of course, at the end, you're gonna be put in the hot seat. But right now, the bird and the villain said he had to wipe his screen from my screen.
You threw COVID in the screen.
I appreciate that. Thank you, bird and the villain.
No, it said Omnicron.
Send now Mario on your way.
Hey, hold on.
All
Sure.
right. We need to get to wrestling, y'all. Beach break happened yesterday. Man, it opened up great and it ended great. And let me tell you, I guessed both the opening and the closing matches wrong. And I also guessed the women's match wrong. The only match that I had right was the trios match. So we're gonna start with the trios match. We'll start with the
Oh, so you got to
trios.
start with the one what you got right, huh? Don't want to start with your L's. Want to start with the dub, huh?
I gotta start with the W's. I gotta start with the W's. So we are here to talk about how Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz are breaking up. The Inner Circle's breaking up. I'm not happy, but I'm happy. I can't explain it. I love the Inner Circle. They're my favorite faction. Hello, Lou. They're my favorite faction, but the guys aren't getting the shine they need. Proud and Powerful aren't getting the shine they need being in Inner Circle. So I get the separation. I really hope that this is how it's going to begin. But I predicted that they were not going to tag in Jericho. They were going to ignore him. And that is exactly what happened. But what happened at the end, Sonny? What happened at the end? They needed his help anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, but at the same time, I do realize I'm okay with this whole breakup because it did what it needed to do. Jericho put his arms around Proud and Powerful and Sammy and Hager, boosted them up, got them to where they, as far as he can take them. Now it's time for him to step out the way and let those boys fly. So you already see Sammy's already going in the direction he needs to go.
Absolutely.
It's time for Santana and Ortiz to get those straps. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what you do with Jake Hager, but,
but he's always the odd man, right?
I mean, he's always good. He's a good backup guy. So whenever Sammy decides to turn back heel or something, he can have Hager watching in his back. I don't know, but and then he eventually, but then
he eventually watch it in the back.
No, but then seriously, like then eventually, like maybe 2 or 3 years from now, they have a little reunion. Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
He's the back watcher.
Courtney said Hager is doing MMA in the back. He's in the back, y'all. He's not important. He's in the back. I'm joking. I love Jake Hager. Like I said,
he's cool, but I mean, when you rank him next to the other monsters in the company, he's really like probably he's above the bear dude from Bear Country. He's higher than that. But,
really? Than Boulder and Bear? There's a Bear.
Yeah,
Boulder?
He's high. Bear Boulder, like he's higher than them. Like, you don't think so? You think that Bear Country's higher than Jake Hager?
I mean, as far as in-ring skill talent goes, yes. As far as being over, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
skills.
Oh,
okay. That's what I'm talking about skills. I was like, I mean, I wouldn't get in an MMA ring with Jake Hager. You know what I'm saying? So people, Sonny and I have had a long fucking day. It's been a long year already, and we're not even at the it's just January. So please excuse when I can't talk English. Spanish is my first language. Sorry.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo talibú?
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Oh yeah, okay. So Dominican Lou want to talk about Danhausen, who I was calling Houston up until last night. Because when he came out from underneath the ring, I was like, oh shit, it's Dan Houston. And then I heard the commentators, Danhausen. I was like, I said Housen. I didn't say Houston, I said Housen, but I've been calling him Houston this whole time. Obviously, don't know who he is. I mean, I know who he is, but I have not seen him wrestle. I don't know his content. Like, I just don't. Yeah. Do you know who he is?
No. I don't. And I mean, I'm interested.
Courtney, this is exactly how I felt.
It's to do with the paint.
Yeah, it was a little underwhelming. I wasn't, people in the audience though were like, but if y'all been following social media, everybody that knows him knew that this was happening. I had heard he was showing up.
Usually I'm really good with people on the indies, and I mean, I've seen the dude's picture around because I mean, he stands out. He has the whole face paint thing, whatever. I just didn't know he even wrestled.
So here it goes. So Bobby and Courtney and Lou are putting us on. He is from Ring of Honor. And Lou says it's a great signing for the merch because he's a merch monster. That's great because that's going to make them money. And you know what? Making money is part of the business. Anyway, which match do you want to talk about next? Since I went with the only one that I got right. Squishtradamus
I
was
mean,
off.
yeah, I know, right, Miss Cleveland. Anyway, so
Calling me now.
for your free reading. But I mean, we can go at whatever pace. I mean, if you want to look at that, man, all right, got that good. All right, but
Killing me over here.
that long day turned into a long night.
Yeah, it's not even over yet.
But we can go to Sammy and Cody.
Woo! So I had Cody winning because I was like, ain't no way Cody gonna let somebody else get the shine when it comes to the TNT belt. But I am so happy that this happened the way that it did. Did you have Sammy winning?
I actually had Sammy winning. The reason being was I felt like it was like they wanted to do something shocking at the end of the year. And that was Cody getting the belt back at the height of everybody booing him. Even though,
that's true.
Let's be real, everybody loves Cody. They like to boo him now.
Yeah.
But if you can still make a speech that makes people chant you while they're booing you, and then they doing this whole Cena thing with him,
yes,
they really like you.
They're doing it. I'm not wrong, right? They're going, let's go, Cody. Cody sucks.
He sucks. Yeah, they're doing the Cena thing.
Okay. Now understand that, yes, I got to watch WWE while Cena was in there, but I didn't get to watch during the time where he was in that predicament where he was loved and hated at the same time. Is he your face? Is he a heel? Like, that's what Cody is. And he's riding it. He's like, oh, I don't have to go officially heel. I could do heel moves while being a face and nobody's going to know. I'm in between. I see Moxley like an in-between. Like, there's some wrestlers that, yes, they're face, but they're so ruthless that they walk a fine line of heel stuff.
Well, like it's a different in-between. But see, those are a different in-between. See,
explain yourself, sir.
See, like with Moxley and Eddie Kingston, people like them because they're that I don't give a shit. I'm doing it the way I want to do it. Yeah, and a lot of people love that because that's how they are. Is like, I'm going to move the way I'm going to move. To hell with how you feel. It might be the right thing to do this time. It might be the wrong thing to do this time, but I'm going to do what I want to do. Instead of you just being the Captain America, I'm going to do right by you. Like, nobody, people like, Cody, stop this crap.
And yeah, like so, Cody started off that way.
Well, no, see, now Cody is more of the, I'm the revolutionary and I'm still going to, be the good guy, even though I know you don't like me, but I'm still standing up for justice and peace. But okay, I see y'all still don't like me though, so I'm gonna do some little, and I'm gonna let you know my bravado and my narcissism is I created this whole crap without, but I did it for you. I am
the forbidden door. Yeah. When he said that, I was like,
he's one of the good guys that do the bad things that are justified by justice and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that weird guy yeah,
he's a
like
nice
peacemaker.
Cody legit is a nice guy, and I've said this a lot. He does things with good intentions in his heart. But they don't always come out the way that I guess he pictures them in his head. They need better PR. That is what they need. Better PR. They need someone to represent them. They need public relations help because they need someone that could look at the stuff and be like, this is not going to go well with this particular community, or this is not going to go well with this group of people, or this is not, you do not want to say this, or maybe change the way you're saying this. Because they have PR, but they need PR of color. When you don't have, I talked to my husband about this. You need diversity in your office. And when you don't have diversity in your office, things tend to come out wrong. Things do not, you just need it. The representation, not just for the show, but on social media too. But anyway, we can have a whole conversation about that, but we're not.
I just will add a little bit. They may need a better PR team in a sense, or somebody that at least checks the top gunners of the company, the runners, check their tweets before they send them out. Like, Tony Khan with the Big Swole thing. was like,
Right.
if somebody would have checked that tweet before he sent it, they would have went like, yeah, you might not want to put this in
That's
there.
what I mean. And that's what I mean. Same thing with Leo Rush.
Well, I think the problem with Leo was, well, no, actually, there was no problem. Nobody really has a problem with him. Like, they were happy that he stood up. They just,
Yeah, but that I think played a part in him leaving the company. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Mhm.
We'll get there because there's so many sides to the Leo Rush story. Leo Rush is not one-sided. There's
Mhm.
it's like an octagon. There's like many sides to Leo's situation. But anyway, Red Velvet versus Layla Hirsch. I thought my homegirl stirring it up was gonna take it. But Layla
Mm.
Hirsch won. And I mean, Layla's badass, but I really thought Red Velvet had it. I don't understand what they're doing here.
Wait,
Is this
first of all, I
is this
never thought Velvet had it.
really, you never thought that Velvet had it? I did. I thought Red Velvet was taking it. After I saw the match yesterday, I was like, I don't really know what's going on. Maybe they're trying to build on the fact that Layla Hirsch went heel like last week.
Well, that is true, but let's be real. The moment that Red Velvet was always this decently liked good guy, right? When she first came in, she had a nice little fan base. Everybody, she was the good guy. Everybody was cool with her being in the tag team with Swole and with the other girl, the girl that runs with her used to run with her and Swole. But once she went against Britt Baker, all that went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like all of it, because then she went from like straight hated, like how dare her be in a ring with Britt Baker?
She was
You know,
so good.
killed her entire like steam, whatever. Now it's to a point where she's kind of just an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel
like
you.
her and Layla, because they're building on Layla being a bad guy now. The main thing is her getting to Statlander.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Say it loud.
Mm-hmm.
Statlander's
But
gonna
they're building, yeah, they're building Layla for
Statlander's
sure.
gonna Statlander's gonna hold that TBS belt at some point. Now I have to go back because Courtney made a comment about Thunder Rosa
Mm-hmm.
earlier that I put on the screen that said no mention of Thunder Rosa. I guess that match isn't happening. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker is happening at Revolution. The minute that we have maybe 3 weeks left to Revolution, that feud is going to start and it's going to start up hot again. They're going to pick up where they left off, and Thunder Rosa is going to be the next women's champion. If she doesn't become the next women's champion, get ready for the show that week because the rats that I'm going to have, it's going to go crazy. All that shit behind me is going to fly. All that shit behind me going to fly.
I do think that she's the only logical person in my mind. I mean, it could have been Statler, but honestly, at this point, Thunder Rosa is the only logical choice at this point. So she'd have to either get it at this pay-per-view or the next pay-per-view.
No, it ain't gonna happen at Double or Nothing. Even though I love Double or Nothing, I really want her to get it at Revolution. I'm so ready for a Thunder run. I love Britt Baker's run, but she's done it. She's done it all already. Like, what is there left to do?
Yeah, her and Santana and Ortiz are long overdue at this point.
Long overdue. Santana and Ortiz, being that they have been with the company since I think 2019, definitely way more overdue than Thunder. So,
but they're way more over now. So now, because if you look at it, when they first got into the company, they was well buried under Lucha Bros and the Bucks and all. But FTR came in, pushed them down.
yeah,
so
best
now
friends.
Best friends. So now they finally got to that point where they can be recognized.
And I hope that people recognize that Proud and Powerful are fucking championship material. They are so in sync.
Ain't it wild that like people didn't like? Oh my bad, I jumped in the middle of your podcast.
No, go right ahead. Go ahead. Ain't
No,
what wild?
I was gonna say it was wild that like people hated the Proud and Powerful name in the first. Wanted them to go back to Santana Ortiz, and now that people are loving the Proud and Powerful.
Oh, the That's why I told y'all earlier that we were tired. But listen,
Trying.
the reason why Proud and Powerful came back is because it's much easier to tweet and Instagram PNP than it is to write out Santana and Ortiz. Plus, you're limited in Twitter. At least that's why I started using the Proud and Powerful. Have you ever had these before?
Of course.
So I got to thank my sister, my beautiful sister Anna, who's in the chat, who sent me like a care package of these things. I love Pocky Sticks. I live in a place where this is not really available.
Really?
I live, in the middle of nowhere.
Mm.
And you go to the stores and you say Pocky Sticks and they look at you like you crazy. So thank you, sis, for my Pocky Stick. So good. Anyway.
The 5 grocery stores down the street have Pocky Sticks. I feel so bad. Like, we go to Joyce and like we really don't know how good we got it for other people sometimes.
Yes, because I'm so far from New York, but in New York, it's everywhere. Especially since like Chinatown has such a I grew up on the corner of Chinatown, and so I've always seen Pocky Sticks everywhere. All the Asian snacks, and when I came here, I can't even find like the Latin snacks. So imagine food. Imagine I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. But anyway, so we just talked about Velvet and Hirsch, which Hirsch won. Let's talk about Wardlow, who squashed 2 no-names. What do you think about that?
It's supposed to happen.
It's supposed to happen.
I think that we already know that it's coming to a Wardlow MJF. I think that MJF is going to go against CM Punk. He's going to lose. I think it's probably going to be something that Wardlow does by accident, which is going to make MJF go off on him, which is going to in turn make Wardlow powerbomb him through the mat. Pretty much.
Yes, I feel like the power bomb on MJF is happening at any point. Or maybe what's going to happen is that when MJF is fighting CM Punk and Wardlow's on the side, he's going to tell Wardlow, help me or do this. And Wardlow's going to give him his back.
Yeah, because there was, who was it that Wardlow just powerbombed on Dynamite?
QT, no, that wasn't him.
Oh.
That was Hook that took out QT Marshall. That was Hook. Yeah. Thank you, Courtney and Tony. Tony for providing the hook and Courtney for providing the joke that will never end on my channel.
Yeah, he just powerbombed somebody and they were like powerbomb him and he hesitated for a while.
It was CM Punk.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it was CM Punk. The whole Pinnacle came in and fucked them up. And then they left him while he was like almost half dead and made him powerbomb. And they like grabbed him. 2 of them grabbed him and put him in between Wardlow's legs or his knees. And he was like, he was not having it. He was not having it.
I guess this is the difference though, because they had the same storyline kind of with Brian Cage, but it didn't go over.
No, it didn't go over.
I don't think people were invested with Brian Cage enough.
No, and that's something we're talking about too. We will be covering quickly because I'm not going to dive too deeply into the contracts, but I do want to cover them really quickly because I have questions. The Lights Out match, which was the main event of the night, was spectacular. Just like I felt with the ladder match that opened the event. They absolutely opened it and ended it with the right matches. The Lights Out match was great, but I have to say something, y'all. It wasn't better than Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa's Light Out match. It wasn't. It wasn't. And I did not see Orange Cassidy winning. But someone put me on today because I have forgotten that this match doesn't count on the ratings because they turned the lights off and it's unsanctioned. So even though Orange Cassidy really did give Adam Cole his first AEW loss in singles competition, it don't count. Ain't that some shit?
Oh no! The moment that I knew that they said Lights Out match, I knew Adam Cole was losing.
Oh, you knew?
I knew it because that's the only way you can give him a loss without putting it on his record.
Very true though. Very fucking true though. And I was like, Adam Cole, baby's not taking a loss. No way is baby taking a loss. And when baby took a loss, I was like, baby, what
Oh yeah, Bebe went through table.
And did you see how he went down? As he was coming down, he was
He
flipping more
limped it.
onto his head.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead. I was like, God damn, Britt Baker's a widow before she got married. This is terrible. I don't know about you, but yesterday's show had me like with my stomach cringing because Sammy is such a fucking daredevil. And Cody too. Cody too. Remember, Cody, when he fought Wardlow in the steel cage match, he jumped from the very top. That man landed on Wardlow and he broke a toe. Okay.
Two
toes, right? 2 toes. These guys are daredevils. Every time that AEW is gonna come on, I say a prayer. You think I'm joking? As much as I love what they do, because I am all about those acrobats. I love acrobatic moves. I am big on lucha underground wrestling. I'm just a big fan of flipping and all that stuff. But I always get scared because I have seen them get injured. I mean, when Sammy went to the top of the ladder and he was coming down, I was like, he's gonna do a moonsault from up there. I was like, oh my God, Ty is about to lose her boyfriend. This guy landed dead on his back. How many back shots did Sammy take? I mean, it was a lot. So I said,
yeah. I mean,
God, nobody got injured yesterday.
I don't ever say a prayer, but there's moments where like I'll see like it depends on the wrestler. That like I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, this could go bad. Like,
yes.
Okay, good. They landed it, but because it's like there's so often like Statlander's little one leg like reverse flip, like because she has to swing her leg to get the momentum to do the shooting star off the apron, or like Phoenix when he does that run across the rope to kick him. If all his foot has to do is slip for him to bounce off them ropes and land somewhere.
His virginity.
So when it's like I see certain, or when they doing a superplex off the top, I'm always going, all right, please don't slip. Because you'll see them get to the top and their leg will start shaking, and I go, oh
yes, and it'd be shaky.
On.
It'd be shaky.
It'd be shaky, baby.
It'd be shaky, baby. But it was an excellent match. Yesterday's beach break to me was like a 10. It was very, very, very entertaining. I had a great fucking time. The promos were great. MJF and CM Punk finally gonna wrestle next week. Maybe those promos will go down to less than 5 minutes each. Because we had like 20 minutes of MJF and CM Punk talking yesterday again.
Yeah, I mean it's good. Don't get it wrong. Like this is good promos. It's just good. I think eventually, even with good promos, eventually people want to see the match.
They want to see the talking. I mean the fighting, the wrestling. They don't want to see so much talking. I think that talking needs to happen in order to have, a story, in order to make people invested, people care. But don't give me, because I've seen this same goddamn fight between these two guys every week.
Well, technically, I mean, yeah, talking wise, but story wise, it was him fighting Wardlow, then him fighting Sean Spears and everybody else. But now at this point, now it's like there's nobody else for you to fight. Like you went through the entire pinnacle at this point.
It's
like
true.
No more talking now. Get to it.
It's very true. It's very true. And when they said that the match was happening next week, I was like, finally. Don't get me wrong. I'm really invested in the CM Punk MJF feud because I'm a huge MJF fan. I think he is the best heel that I've ever seen. He legitimately lives heel. You'll never catch him on camera being anything but a heel, to the point where I feel like this dude has become his persona. He don't even know it. But I am ready to see this fucking match.
But this is definitely I'm definitely ready. This is definitely going to turn into Wardlow's check. Like this, I feel it. Like this is going to be Wardlow's switch.
I agree.
Like this is when he turns on MJF.
I agree. And I agree with you, Bobby. I also like that Jade Cargill is doing an open challenge for the TBS championship. Let her run through everybody. She's looking better and better. The match that she had against Anna Jay was surprising to me. I thought it was gonna be crap, and I'm sorry to say that because y'all know how I feel about AEW. I love AEW. I really do. But there's certain matches that don't really interest me. And to me, I thought that they were just a little too green, both of them, for this to be good, but it was great. I
Yeah, it was a
actually
good
enjoyed it.
match.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I was shocked, and I saw a couple of new moves out of Jade, which was nice to see. She did an elbow drop. I'm like, okay. And let me tell
This
y'all
was
something.
actually her best match.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
It was her best match, and it was her longest match. And I have to tell y'all,
Yeah,
you know, if y'all listen to how Thunder Rosa has been talking about Jade, she puts Jade on a pedestal. She said that Jade works her ass off, and Jade practices every day. So she is working on getting better. Can y'all understand that Jade has never wrestled before? This is AEW made her basically as a wrestler. She is an entrepreneur, and this woman was a well-made woman. Okay. So it's not that AEW is doing for her, but they created her as a wrestler. So I think Jade is going to be phenomenal. I really do. I feel like we are so lucky because we get to see the builds and the climb. And if she continues 2 years, she's going to be a phenom. And not to mention, that woman's beautiful. She's, oh my God, her body, her face, her hair, everything. I love Jade.
Yeah, hey, look,
I want to be Jade when I grow up.
She's definitely going to be AEW Charlotte Flair. Like,
yes,
she's going to be their top-notch #1 star.
Courtney, wrestling 11 months, people. Come on, y'all. Put some spec on her name. Because she's doing better than some of the wrestlers that have been wrestling for years. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at there because I could go on forever. Contracts that are expiring. I want to talk about this because they're happening. So Marco Stunt has not wrestled since September, and Jurassic Express is no longer called Jurassic Express. It is now Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus with Christian Cage. Christian Cage has replaced Marco Stunt, and Marco Stunt's contract is expiring, I believe, in May. I don't think it's getting renewed.
It's not. Marco was helping fill the roster when it was coming up.
Yeah.
And you can have him in there. He's a fun little guy. He runs with him. He runs on Slammy's blog, whatever. And he played his position.
Oh, he did.
But now that it's off and running, and now you need those more bigger and bigger stars, and those more believable stars. I mean, I didn't see bigger stars, but yeah, bigger stars and believable stars. Yeah. But you got to start filling out some of these places because you got people like Keith Lee that's sitting at home in free agency where you gonna go. If I'm an NBA team and you talk about you got Keith Lee sitting at home. Oh, okay. I got this ninth stroke, like this dude that's sitting in injured reserve, just sitting here taking up paper. Get out of here.
Can you hear me, Joy? Can you hear me, Joy?
Yes, I hear you smacking. You are smacking them gums, girl.
Sorry.
Man, it sounds like you eating a juicy fruit. I hope they don't pull out a filling.
I love pocket sticks. Anyway.
All right, don't be snaggletooth and pulling out with them damn chewy ass.
No, we good. I'm just eating pocket sticks. I like them a lot, so I'm really like entertaining myself.
Yeah, I know. Savoring the flavor, huh?
Savoring the flavor. Peter Avalon's contract expired. He just kind of sort of disappeared. So the wingmen are gone. Like I haven't seen Cesar Bonani. I haven't.
Well, no, I've seen Cesar
Dark in a while. Okay. So okay, but the wingmen, I don't even know if that's still going because they were Peter Avalon's wingmen, and there was like a Leva Bates, Peter Avalon situation happening there. But Peter's gone.
They no longer, because like I said, they only had a limited roster when they started up. So these stories, they needed to have just stuff going because they were just getting up. So you had the Peter and Ava dynamic, and you had the Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon who could get a win
Right.
first and all that stuff, right?
I
But
love that.
yeah, but at the same time now, we're now getting bigger and better stars,
It's true.
believable stars. That's why they pushed Brandon to holding the camera, and
Yeah,
he's gonna have a job because he's friends with the Bucks.
that's right.
But and he doesn't have to wrestle.
Which is
But
great because his
man, but
body's
Peter,
intact.
yeah, but Peter on the other hand, I
What are you doing?
mean, yeah. So him, JD Drake,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Dolph Ziggler's
That's
brother,
who I couldn't remember. JD Drake. It's Ryan Nemeth.
right? And them,
Dolph,
I
Dolph
think they're gonna
Ziggler.
be gone. I think they'll keep
I think they're gonna be gone too.
Caesar. I think they'll
Caesar
keep
Bononi.
Caesar
Mm.
because the dude is 6'7", looks
Yeah, he's
like $1,000,000. All you gotta do is
good.
shave off that little stupid mustache.
Yeah, I ain't feeling that.
Yeah, but he's great. He's decent in the ring for a big man too.
He
So if
is.
you need a beatable big man,
Yeah,
you
he's
know what I'm
there.
saying? Yeah.
Now, Lou, I have to address your comment. I never understood Marco. Like, what is this little goof supposed to be? I think he was for the kids.
Yeah, he was.
He was 100% for the kids. Being part of Jurassic Express, hello, dinosaurs, that's for the kids. But now that he's gone and replaced with Christian Cage, and now that Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are champs, um, I need a minute. Yeah, they can no longer do kitty things. Like, this is now for the people. So there's that. Joey Janela
Well, I
expires
think that
in May. I think
you
his will be renewed.
I think he won't, and the reason being is
He wants to stay.
some. Well, somebody made an interesting point on Twitter. They said that WWE is 2000's WCW, which means it's going under. AEW is 1998 WWF, and GCW is ECW. So we getting all three of those brands back in that same time, back 20 years ago, but we got it now, modern now. And so I would think that Joey Janela would fit way better and be a top star in
ECW
GCW than being a mid guy. Because
in
even
dark, yeah,
though,
because he's never gonna be
yeah,
top.
because even though granted he got his body together,
Yeah,
he's doing better, whatever. And I mean, he possibly could down the road maybe be TBS champ, not TBS, but TNT
TNT.
champion. But he's never going to be world champion. He
No,
goes to GCW, he has a chance of being world champion.
he will never be a world champion in AEW. I don't think really that he'll ever get his hands on the TNT belt either. The roster, the men's roster, is packed, and it's packed with very talented wrestlers that all want the limelight. I mean, you are talking an amazing male roster, and you got people in line for
And
that
you got
TNT championship.
you got people like Dante Martin that came in after you that's already bumped you in line. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hook has already
you
bumped him.
Hook already bumped him in line. So it's like you're just down the list. And so I think that it'd be better for him to leave, go to GCW and do the indie dates, you know, continue because GCW is coming up too. Don't get it wrong. Like they're
Yeah.
now becoming way more national
Yeah.
recognized. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Hook?
They're booking him like Goldberg. Like that dude.
Really?
And don't get it wrong. No. Here's the difference though. Goldberg couldn't wrestle. Hook can wrestle.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Goldberg could wrestle,
No,
and
I said he couldn't.
he couldn't wrestle.
Goldberg could not wrestle. He still can't wrestle. but,
Ain't nothing's gonna happen after he's old.
yeah, no. But Hook, the thing about Hook is you got him coming out as this badass. He comes there, he beats your ass, he leaves. He doesn't care about the celebration. He comes in there, he leans up against the turnbuckle like, can we just get started? like he's got
Chewing
that
gum.
persona. Yeah. So he's got that persona where it's like you got
Okay.
you got your Darby Allens who will come up in there, just sit there and not give a damn and be reckless. You got Hook in there who will just be in there and not give a damn and be psychotic. And you know,
Moves like he's been wrestling for 10 years. Let's just
so
be
think
honest.
about this. When they
It's amazing.
decide to book that Darby Allin Hook feud,
I
That's
can't
gonna be
wait.
something
I can't
different.
wait. To me, Hook was one of the best first time being a wrestler debuts ever. When he came out, the Action Bronson song came on. I was like, and then you hear Taz
Yeah.
saying, "Yeah, we friends with Action Bronson." I'm like, "Of course you are." And he comes out, his hair's all wild. He's just coming out. I'm like, "Uh oh!" And then he starts walking around the ring like Taz used to do. Except my husband reminded me, Taz wears the towel.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and he gives his back mad disrespect to
Hmm.
whoever he's wrestling, and then he just takes them out. And I'm not talking about like he just does a clothesline and a kick. No, this motherfucker beats people up and does pickup moves that are
Hmm.
so advanced.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
So,
something. His first match, I was like, oh, okay, so he can go. Cool.
Fuego.
His second match with Boulder, that's where I was like, wait a minute, yo, this kid is nice. Like when
Yes.
you like you're picking and flinging this big boy around like it ain't nothing, and you like he literally made him look like a meme at the end of that
Yup. And
match.
then he took on Aaron Solo.
Yeah.
And then he fucked up QT Marshall twice. So
No.
let's just say that Hook has a lot coming. Now, Brian Cage
They're getting
expired.
rid of him.
I think he's gone. I think what happened on social media with his
Killed
wife
him.
killed him.
Yeah.
Um, he was being built. He just left Team Taz. I felt like they were getting ready to push him. Him leaving Team Taz to me was getting ready to push him. The social media thing happened, and Brian Cage disappeared completely. No
It
more.
didn't matter though. It didn't matter though. He was gonna be dead in the water
Braves.
regardless.
Do you think
Because
where do you think he'll go?
back to TNA. Either there or he's just gonna do indie days. So he who knows? He might even go to Japan, but because he'll still be good in Japan. But he didn't have the charisma to stand out, and
Mhm,
so with a lot of people, like it's like okay, yes, big dude, you can do move like a luchador. That's phenomenal, right? Okay,
mhm,
cool. But you have other
phenomenal.
guys that can do that too, and they have personality.
Mhm,
So when you were in Lucha Underground, you were a big fish in a small pond. So yes, you're
mhm.
gonna stand out in these little guys that are luchadors, and
Yeah,
you're the big massive monster. And there's only probably about four of them in Lucha Underground. Yes, you're the machine. Cool. You go to TNA, and you're still probably the biggest dude on that roster for the most part, besides Moose. And yes, you can still do what you
yeah,
can do in the ring. Great. Your personality see didn't really have to matter that much. Now when you're on national TV, and
yeah. You got
people are
to do
looking to
something.
be entertained. Like people are entertained by Moxley not because he's the greatest wrestler, it's because his personality.
Yeah, his character's perfect. He got it down. And Moxie's promos are fucking ridiculous. So let's just be real. Um, Cody Rhodes' contract expired at the end of 2021 and has not been renewed yet.
They lying.
No, he's working out a deal. He's not, listen, that just means that he's working on a best deal for Cody Rhodes. Cody ain't going and nowhere. I just had to throw it in there that he's wrestling without a contract right now.
No, I'm just saying that because he built that company.
Yeah,
At this point, I think with everything and the things he's doing now,
you
he
don't
would
need a
damn near do
contract,
that shit. But yeah, he would damn near do it for free.
but you put that shit in writing because then you got proof. And finally, Leo Rush expires on Valentine's Day, and he claimed he is not renewing. Here's the thing with Leo. Okay. In the ring, he's fucking crazy. I love watching him wrestle. However, he is not sure, at least by what I have seen in the last 2 years, what exactly he's trying to do because he's retired, he's come back, he's injured, he's not going to wrestle anymore. Now he's wrestling, and now he's going to be an entrepreneur, and now he's this, and now he's leaving. So it's like, obviously, yes, what happened with Swole probably contributed to the exit, but I feel that eventually he was going to leave, but not so soon. Because think about it, he was part of the Dante Martin thing that was going on. And now that's still going, but it's not him anymore.
So I would
They
say
replaced
this.
him.
Yeah, I've always followed Leo and like he's dope as hell. And every single time that he leaves these places, it's always due to the politics backstage. It's never because of what he's doing in the ring. It's always like WWE. had him try to, little boy him and do all this other stuff that, he thought was, they were trying to degrade him on that he wouldn't take. And they let him go. They let him go when he was one of their biggest stars. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? So then he comes to AEW
mhm,
and Tony Khan says what he says
mhm.
and he checks that and then all of a sudden he's not re-signing because he either saw something that he didn't like there or Tony was like, oh, because you tried to call me out, I'm not
Renewing your
giving you
contract.
another. Yeah.
Do you think the truth will come out eventually?
Yes.
Yes. And that's why I tell people don't do shit in the dark because that shit's going to come out to the light
Think about every time a WWE superstar gets released and they do a
eventually.
podcast. Like everybody goes, "Oh, why you always trying shit on WWE, dude?" They're probably terrible, and we don't work there. Like how many times you leave a job and you go, "I'm so glad I don't work there no more, man. Their management sucked." We do that
But
all the
all
time,
the time.
but we don't
Yeah.
expect them to do it.
No. And then you have people that will come and say, "Really? But I thought that place was, you know what I mean?" So you're not there. You don't know what's going on in the back.
Hmm.
We cannot discount anyone's feelings or anyone's commentary because everybody doesn't get treated the same, period. And
Exactly.
so, what happened with Swole, what happened with Leo is a little shady. And eventually I would like to know the real true story for both of them, because that would make a big difference on
Honestly, I think that
right for the
Tony,
hospital.
I think Tony just saw the headline. I don't even think he read the article.
No, it was a
I
knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, like he
It was
just because like it's not like he was uh like he didn't say anything racist, but like you
the
degrading
tone
her, yeah, you degrading her in public,
for no
like
reason.
and you're a boss. You're supposed to go. It's unfortunate that she feels that way, but we try to do blah 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 for our time. Okay, cool. That's
Yes,
the normal garbage. He was in his feelings
he was.
and was
It
like,
was a knee-jerk reaction. It was a
"Mm."
New Year's Eve. He was probably drinking. And no, I'm not making excuses because I want to make that clear. But we have all done knee-jerk reaction shit that we regret. So
But
let's just
here's the
keep
problem
moving about
though.
it.
We generally apologize though when we regret it though.
He missed the ball. That apology should have came same day or next day. At this point, apologizing is completely ingenuine.
No,
I don't even want to. Don't do it.
no.
Don't. And
Do you
that's
even
why he
see him
needs
post anymore?
no. He
I
needs
don't
PR.
either.
Well, he does. He posts like when matches are happening. He doesn't post opinionated
Yeah,
tweets.
because he used to do a lot of more opinionated joints,
Yeah,
and
like more
after that
personal.
one, it was done.
Ooh.
I think somebody took that phone from him and said, "No, no, 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 you
Yeah,
done."
he needs PR. He needs PR. He needs PR of color because
Yeah,
they know, and that's just
Bec-
a real. It's just real.
I didn't like his answer with the, like, oh well, no, we have, these people of color and this people of color, and they're just one last week and this and this, and it's like, dude, you're not listening to what people are saying. You're
He
just
did.
saying we got people, we just have black people here, and
He did.
they
My
want a
best friend's
match.
black.
Yeah, and it was like,
So yeah,
it,
PR. Call me,
good,
Tony
good
Khan.
PR.
Tony Khan, if you are watching this, I am a huge fan of AEW. Look at the back of my show. Look at this. And I got like 10 more downstairs. All
Oh wow.
AEW. Yes, I'm a huge AEW fan, but I do not cover the sun with one finger. When
Mm,
something is happening, I like to talk about it. I'm not going to sit here and be like AEW is perfect. No, they're not. They have
yeah,
issues. They need to work it out. And PR, diverse PR is necessary, period. I don't care. I don't care if all the owners of the company are white, which they are. Well, Tony Khan is half, he's half, where is he from? Where's he from? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, he's half white. He's half white. So and that's fine. I don't care. But you have to have in your office people that represent everybody.
Cause
Or else shit
yeah,
like this is going to keep happening.
yeah, because all he had to do was say, we hear the, the concerns of the people, and we do our best to the usual garbage, just the we hear you,
Mhm.
but yeah, he went into, oh no, she wasn't a good wrestler, like
And you
Dog.
know what? It was such a stupid move. You know why? Because if you listened to her podcast, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this. If you listened to her podcast about when she was talking about her release, she had nothing but nice things to say about Tony Khan. She said nothing negative. Nothing. She said that is the most generous man I've ever met. She did speak highly of him. So just because somebody took what she said without really listening and put a headline on a thing, you have to do your research. And that is why you have a PR team. Anyway, all right, I'm going to leave it there. Guess what time it is?
What time is it? Game time.
Well, it's almost time for your quick fast 10, but really, really quick. Of the people who are not listed or that we don't know about that they are being released, who do you think is going to be released? Of the people that, not the people we mentioned, but is there anybody on the roster that you think might be leaving?
Luther.
I think Luther and Serpentico. I think that tag team is gone.
Probably Colt Cabana.
Oh, really?
What is it like? He's not gonna be a TNT champion or a world champion. So what's he gonna be? I mean, unless they make the trios, but then eventually it's like
the trios. He's not gonna get no trios belt. There's so many other trios that would be first in line for something like that, like Death Triangle. Give me a break. No, that's not happening. So it is time for the hot seat.
Okay.
Wait, Courtney says TK needs to be released. Tony Khan? No. Well, my dear, he is the owner, so he ain't going.
No, he needs to take sensitivity. What's that? Diversity, sensitivity training.
Sensitivity and diversity training.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. It's important. We all have to do it. I have to do it in my job. So anyway, it's quick, fast 10 times. So that means when I say this or that, you give me an answer quick. Well, I'm gonna clap at you.
Okay, and I'm gonna steal your baby Yoda. Let's go.
Hook. All right. Ready? Before we go, people, subscribe, like, comment, follow, and Sunny Midnight's links are all in my description. Check it out and support. And thank you for being here. And here we go. Ready?
Question. Is this yes or no or
one or the other?
Okay, cool.
Either or. So I'm gonna give you the options, and you're gonna tell me which one.
Okay.
People are gonna learn a little bit about you here. You ready?
Okay.
Call of Duty or Halo?
Neither.
Oh, oranges or apple?
Apples.
Horror movies or comedy movies?
Horror.
Rap or R&B?
R&B.
Ice cream or cookies?
Cookies.
Hey, sleep all day or work out all day?
Work out all day.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
You're my friend. Write a book or read a book?
Write a book.
Nighttime or daytime?
Both.
No, pick one.
Daytime.
Summer or winter?
Both summer.
You failed. You took too long to answer too, and you didn't give me an answer for Call of Duty versus Halo. Can you tell me why you don't like either or?
Because I don't like multiple people shooters. Like I like RPG games and sports games. Yeah, so like I like joints where I can make characters and kind of like that, like immerse myself into the game. You know, kind of pretend like I'm in it and I'm actually doing it.
So let me tell you something. I agree with you 100%. I play Halo and I've played Call of Duty, but I've only played them in story mode with my husband.
Yeah.
And my nephew, who is the son of my sister Anna, who's in the room. And that's a lot of fun because he's an adult. So, you know. People, we have come to the end of the show. Again, please subscribe to Sunny on all social media platforms. It is the same. Give it to them, Sunny, because I will say it wrong. I will chop it up.
No, I want to hear you say this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Midnight Express 17?
No. I knew you was gonna mess that whole thing up. That's why I wanted you to do it every time. You 0 for 4 now. 0 for 4. I swear I would put you on the bench. You was going deep on the bench. You're not 6, 7. You 8, 9, 10th
I'm
man.
sorry.
What in the world?
Sorry.
You the one that not to give the ball to at the game buzzer. Like, what is going on? Lord, you trying to pass the ball inbounds and just run the clock out. Like, come on.
Don't pass me the ball. Don't pass me the ball. I don't do well under pressure. What is
Oh my
it?
goodness. Midnight EXP experience, not express, experience. Midnight EXP 17. It's not that hard. Why do you keep thinking express? Were you thinking Panda Express?
We've had this conversation. Midnight Express. It's like a train. So it's in my head.
I think y'all thinking about the Midnight Express. That was that tag team, that wrestling tag team.
Whatever it was, I've heard it before. Like I've heard Midnight Express, so I can't even change the EXP to experience. But it's Midnight EXP 17. Yes.
Yes. Midnight EXP 17. Experience, not express. I swear I should have put a period right with the EXP period. Like maybe I would have thought that
nobody's gonna get the period. Everybody gonna miss the period. All right, y'all. This was a great show. Sunny, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. People, thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all. It's been a great night. And as always, I'm gonna leave y'all with a lot of love, peace, and wrestling. But sweet,
you know I gotta do
but
it.
be safe, y'all. Use masks. Protect yourselves and others. Okay? Much love. Yeah, come in. He got the mid.